Good afternoon, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to a brand new episode on our YouTube channel. It's my team career, and boy oh boy, I'm excited to do this. When I got F1 2020, I thought I've got to pull this out, got to do a bit of a championship. So let's just run through this. Team name is, I was thinking of calling it Milky Syrup related, but I'm going to call it Salty Peanut Racing, and there's a reference in there. My League of Legends team that we used to have was Salty Peanut Gaming for a while, so yeah, that's what we've got. We've got a chance to select a sponsor, so we end up going for the most expensive sponsor, because why not? Ferrari, no, there's no chance we're going with Ferrari, not even if it's the best. We'll take the Mercedes engine, thank you very much. And then, for selecting a driver, I had to think, what do I want? Do I want someone who's quick, or do I want someone who's kind of more experienced? And my thoughts were, I want someone who's got a bit more experience so that they can help develop the car, because that's what's more important. So for that reason, I was thinking more about Sean Gelael. My second choice would have been Correa, but I think for me, having that extra experience to get more out of the car and develop the car more over the season is more important than the extra pace. So I went with the 5 extra experience over the 13 pace, and maybe that's a mistake, I don't know, but it's the decision I went with. I could have had the legend Mahavir Raghunathan, but I decided against it. Also, when I did do this race, this was probably about 2 months before, well, today's date when I am releasing the video.
Home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. And home to round 1 of this year's
I always like that man who's just there
just south of
on
Melbourne's
the water.
Business Centre is the
Jesus.
one and only Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13.
So Australia, home of Jesus, clearly, because he can sit on water, doesn't even have to walk, just sits there. So qualifying, I haven't included qualifying because there were some issues and it was really stuttery. I will include it for Bahrain onwards. Let me know if you do want qualifying for further videos. At the time of me doing the voiceover for this, I've already done the Bahrain race. I haven't done round 3 yet though, so do let me know and I can make changes for when I record round 3. Bahrain is going to be an excellent race, so do make sure you tune in for that. I'll release that within the week. In terms of strategy though, hard tires are the way, and I think I'll probably try to do hard softs. That's what you can do, you know, in online league races, but who knows what our tire wear will be. So getting ready, 5 red lights. We've got our revs way too high. We had it at 13,000, we went at about 12. And you can see the amount of wheel spin that we get off the line. We drop down the order drastically, already down to P20, but we're nice and late on the brakes. Down the inside into turn 1, we get a little bit squirrely, and Magnussen and Stroll managed to kind of just muscle their way through. A bit of a moment with the rear, but we hold it, and now down into turn 3, nice and late on the brakes. We almost run into the back of Kimi, but we were able to keep it out, up into P15, so we've actually gained 1 position off the start. So I'm fairly happy with that in our first race for Salty Peanut. We go round the outside through the right-hander, but Kvyat's right in front of us. We just can't carry the momentum down the inside into the right-hander. We get the move done. We run a bit wide. We lose a bit of traction as well. And Raikkonen and Magnussen are right on our tail, so we need to be careful not to lose positions to them. Up into P14 now. As into the right-left chicane we go right up onto the grass. Magnussen will take us as a result. And we're just struggling a little bit with these hard tires compared to everyone else on the softs. As Kimi has a look around the outside into the left-hander, does he have the balls? Apparently not. In real life, I reckon he would have pulled that off. And there you can see some of the stuttering, and qualifying was just full of that. So I've got the issue sorted now. So from now on, our My Team career mode should be seamless. Onto lap 2, Kimi wants to have a go. The flying fin tries to fly it around the outside. But we're able just to carry the momentum through on the inside, have a bit of a moment with the back end, and Kimi not going to be able to do anything that time round. Still on lap 2, and Kimi, he has a little look down the inside, but he's very late. We leave him room, and we're able to hold on to P15 for now. And just a few corners later, it's Kimi once again right on the back of us. And he's going to have a look for the outside. And I tell you what, these first few laps with us on hards and the AI on softs trying to overtake us, we had some really fun battling. It didn't help us, you know, try to maintain our gap to Magnussen, who's already 7 seconds up the road. And we haven't even finished our third lap of the race. Kimi around the outside once again. We're nice and late on the brakes. We kind of kiss wheels. I think we left him enough room, and we will hold on to the position. Lap of 5 now. So we managed to kind of pull a bit of a gap after that incident, but Kimi closed it right back down around the outside. But we're just so late on the brakes. First gear. And Kimi just can't seem to find the traction. And he just completely backs out. So we pick up the position. I don't know if you guys think that was too aggressive. I think it was fine. By the way, we hold on to P15. Lap 8. Here comes Kimi again. He has a little think about the outside. We hold it, but we run a bit wide. Kimi has a look for the outside into the left-hander of a turn of 4. But once again, we hold on to the position. Lap 9, and this should be when the soft tyre runners come into the pits. We go for the outside. We let Kimi go down the inside, and to be honest, I thought, that's it, it's done, I don't want to fight. But he just brakes so early, and we hold it around the outside of turn 3. He's got the outside for 4. But again, Kimi just seemingly struggling with his soft tyres. So once again, we hold on to P14. At the end of lap 9, as expected, Kimi dives into the pits. But not really anyone else. So it's only Kimi and I think one of the Williams you can see on the minimap came in. Now we've got to deal with a racing point. Looks to the outside, we hold the inside, lap at 10, drop it down into third gear. And we are able to hold on to the position 4 now. But with DRS enabled, they'll be able to have a go on the start-finish straight. And let's just take a look how many drivers actually dive into the pits behind us. So Stroll doesn't, Gasly does, I think. And one of the Williams as well, if the minimap is correct. And you can see how many people have come into the pits in front of us. We go round the outside of Lando Norris into T1, and we are able to make our way into the points for the first ever time for Salty Peanut Racing. And now we've got Norris on our rear end. He's going to have a look for the outside. We're not going to try to even fight this. We're just going to slot in right behind him, because we know Norris is a lot quicker than us, and he's going to get past us regardless. Lap 12, we've got Danny Rick on our back. Fresh hard as well for him. And he makes the move. A stick, we slot in behind, and maybe we could have a little think with the slipstream. Nah, nothing really happens from that. That's why we cut over to lap 13, or make that lap 14. Is Checo around the outside into turn 1. How late do we dare go on the brakes? Pretty late third gear. We leave him some space on the outside. Still side by side with Checo. Run a bit wide, we tap the grass, and we've got Giovinazzi on our rear end, so we hold it defensive so we don't lose 2 places in one go. Late on the brakes, but we just run really wide, and that's Sergio Giovinazzi and Ocon all sweeping by. So we're down to P13 now as well. We were in P10 before that, so it's a bit of a shame. Now lap 16, we've got Danny Kvyat on our rear end. He goes round the outside, he carries a lot of speed, but once again the AI just don't seem to find the traction on the exit of the left-hander. We make the position work. Lap 17, or it will be lap 18 soon. Kvyat on our outside once again. We hold it defensive. Kvyat on the outside. We're nice and late on the brakes. We're able to make the move work. We leave room as well, but honestly, right now we're in P12. We have got to pit for soft tyres. The softs are so much quicker than the hards. It's ridiculous. And we should really fly through, but I don't think we're going to get anything in a top. I don't think we're going to get top 10 unless there's a really well-placed safety car that comes out literally now, essentially, because the soft tyres can do about 9 laps, so we should be pitting around lap 20. Kvyat has another look around the outside into the right-hander, but no, not even Danny Kvyat can pull that one off. End of lap 18, we've got Kvyat right on our rear end. And we decide to dive into the pits. That's a bit early, to be honest, I think. On the brakes, and we don't speed into the pit lanes. We play it nice and safe. We've got Raikkonen right behind us. Essentially, I think at the time I just thought the hards were just really slow at this point. So I thought, okay, let's just whack on the set of softs regardless. We've got 10 laps to do. We should be able to pull it off. Clean stop. We're still out ahead of Raikkonen. Our teammate passes us, Sean Gelael. A little bit of a squirrely moment with the rear. Latifi passes us. We're down into P20. We're practically in last. We get our head down. Later that lap, we're right on the back of Nicholas. Surely not into the left-hander, but really late on the brakes, and we make the move work. How we do that, I do not know. We have a big moment with that rear end on the exit. Somehow, we keep it stable and we hold on to P19. We're right on the back of George's. Kimi goes around the outside of Latifi behind us. And Russell, we're going to line him up for turn 1. All will we? Down the inside we go into the penultimate corner. Drop it down to first. So short shifting up. And that's the job done. Now we can look to hunt down Lance Stroll. We've gone purple in sector 1 and 2. And we dive it down the inside really aggressively. But we aren't wasting any time. I saw that I was purple in sector 1 and 2. And I thought, there is no way I'm not going for fastest lap here. We got DRS on the start-finish straight. We got DRS on the second straight as well, and on that short stretch, so I knew that this was my only chance to go for that fastest lap. DRS on our teammate. Thanks, Sean, for helping us get fast lap. 24.4, nice and late on the brakes. Down the inside, we're up into P16, and now we've got Sergio Perez 11 seconds up the road, so heads down. We've got 8 laps. Let's see what we can do to catch up to the racing point. So, lap 29, Sergio is 7.5 seconds ahead, so we were able to catch up, as you saw from the MFD. Our tyre wear is somewhat high. Kimi Räikkönen was able to climb up to P16, 6.5 second gap. It's our first race for Salty Peanut Racing, our debut race as a driver, our debut race as a team. We'll come across the line to take P15. I think that steering wheel was having a bit of fun, but there you go, P15. Sadly, Lewis bloody Hamilton beat our lap time. I don't know. Evil. That's what Lewis Hamilton is. He's evil. I think he was the only person who went faster than us in the race. So I think he had to do a stop right towards the end. Anyway, we have to select a secondary sponsor, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to go for. And Orvine, I quite liked the idea of them, so we picked them up. And yeah, so I know you people like to see R&D, research and development, and where people put their points and where YouTubers put their points. So if I can be called a YouTuber, I essentially decided I like Austria, I like Spa, Britain, those tracks. So that's where I want my car to be strong for. That's where I want to be fighting for, you know, getting those big points, maybe even a podium as well. So I really want to be working on the aero. To be honest, actually, it's kind of powertrain. But I think powertrain and chassis, I think I can work with the aero not being up to scratch and having a little bit of understeer, but I really want that chassis and the powertrain to be perfect. So I've been fiddling around trying to work out what to do. I've got 2,000 points, so it's a lot. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I just put points into everything for now. But do let me know in the comments if there's, you know, a particular area that you would like me to upgrade. And I will try to focus upgrading that area. But yeah, as expected, I did the aero, and I'll probably do one for powertrain. 40% chance, failure chance. I think I forget when I record the Bahrain video to see if any of them failed. But hey ho. Either way, that is everything from this episode. Thank you so much if you stuck through to the end. It's been a pleasure. I stream league races from European Racing Series every Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock British summer time. And the videos, highlight videos, also come out on YouTube. I also commentate Formula X racing. That's actually insane. The legend himself, Mahavir Raghunathan, races in that. So make sure to drop by for that. You can follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with all of that stuff. But yeah. Thanks guys again. The Bahrain episode will be out soon. And until next time, guys, stay milky and assalamu alaikum.